All right, yo. So we're back. You probably already read the title, and you can tell that we are doing a player analysis of season 3 of the APA Clash of Kings. And by we, I don't mean me and some, ghost. I mean me and Rizzo. So Rizzo, you can say hi.
It's a different flavor of Ghost, really. It's more vanilla, sort of old-timey.
Yeah.
What did the boomers eat? Tapioca? I'm a tapioca flavored Ghost.
No, tapioca is like pretty popular, right? Have you ever heard of bubble tea? I don't know.
I didn't know you were a boomer. What?
Wait, no, bubble tea is like. Wait, hold on. Bubble tea is like a very normal thing. That's like not a. That's like a very popular thing.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like a trick. You're trying to trick me right now.
Have you had bubble tea?
No. I'm from Oklahoma, man. You think we have like Eastern Asian?
No,
tea?
it's. I mean, it is, but like, okay, all right, whatever. Anyway. We can start with the actual power ranking. I'm probably leave that. I'm not editing any of that out. Anyway, okay. So the first team
You gotta go with the eye.
is Trick of Eye. So the captains are obviously II and Illusion, a very popular team or a very recognizable team in team tours. They tend to captain. Yeah, they tend to captain like everything together, and the team name stays the same. But yeah, what do you think about the cap core?
Do you know, like how many seasons have they consecutively been in like DPL or?
I don't think did they. I don't think they did DPL this season, so that one is out. I don't know about consecutive seasons, but I think they have captained together quite a bit. I know, even in their own team tour, what's it called? The team something, where like all three players play together. You know what I'm talking about?
TDT?
Not TDT,
no.
but like
No.
it's like a ghosting tour. Like everyone on the.
I think I heard of it, but I'm not.
TMT, I think, or something. I think it's
that
TMT.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, they're pretty
One of them.
recognizable. I think these counters are really good too. I think II is a very solid player. Illusion's a very good player too. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like Capcore is probably on the higher end, I would say. Honestly, like, yeah, like this is a very good Capcore. Both of these players can win, and II will win consistently. Illusion, not as consistent, I don't think, but still a very good player.
I only know of them as like standard and maybe ORAS players. Do you know if either of them really have dipped their toes into like low tier or COK?
I don't think so. But II only plays like Sword Shield and ORAS and USM, I think. Like all the standard tiers, but I don't think he plays low tier or Little Cup.
Yeah.
Same. I mean, Illusion might. I'm not too sure, but I know that II is mostly a standard player.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we can get
round one. They started off with not necessarily round one.
Pick one.
But
Pick one.
Their first pick.
Yeah, with Lejon Flames.
Yeah.
Lejon is a goated player. Honestly, he's very solid. He's just sometimes not active, or sometimes he's very bad. But I think when he's good, he's actually insanely good. Like, I think you can look at his TDT performance. He's like 5-0 or something in USM. Like a crazy record. He's really solid.
Yeah. Which for that price too, if you can get sort of higher end talent, even on like an inconsistent sort of performance basis, that's still a really good price for the 4 or 5 wins he's going to get throughout the season.
Yeah, exactly. If he's active-ish, or you can like support him to where that like that he's going to be able to perform well, then I think this is like a huge underpay, and Lejon Flames is a really good pick. Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, their second pick, their second most expensive pick too, Skyforce Tamer. He really did well this past season in DPL. Everybody knows him for his
Game 7s.
Team.
Yeah, every Game 7 he would just win, which is insane. Like, I think he played like every single Game 7 for RHV, and they won every single time. Almost every single time.
RHV moment.
Yeah.
That one's going to live on for a while, I think, that whole move.
Hey, but sometimes luck is good. Hopefully he can bring that luck to Trick of Eye too, and they'll be... Or actually, I guess I want to hope they don't. They can have the luck when they don't play us, alright? That's...
Yeah, which, that's a given, right? Like, everybody sucks. Except for our team.
Exactly.
Objectively speaking,
yes.
I'm sure he'll do just fine.
That's correct. Yeah. Well, I mean, 23K reflects how good he is. He's very solid, obviously. Everyone knows how he played in DPL and in prior tours as well. He's just been solid across the board. And I think 23k is probably a fine price for a Skyhorse.
For sure. Yeah, it seems too, just looking at the draft board as a whole, like there weren't any crazy overpays. Like you see in a couple of these tours, I think TDT had, what was it, like 50k Wombo?
Yeah.
Either this season or last season.
Yeah.
Everybody was really sort of in the middle of the pack and then like the mid 20s for their sort of top.
Yeah, I don't think
guys.
anyone went for 30k. Like literally not a single person, right?
Yeah, that's weird, right?
Yeah, it is weird. Usually someone or some like team ends up bidding other people up to like 35k minimum. Sometimes it goes to 50k, like Wombo and TDT.
Yeah, man. I guess people are just getting better at auctions as we're going along.
Yeah. No one's willing to pay the overpriced budget, or willing to give up their budget to get an overpriced player. But I think there might be a shift in auction processes now where people start bidding higher than 0.5 every time, because then you will probably want to imagine like whatever the limit is that you would be willing to pay, and if everyone else is on that same limit, you would probably just dump it in to there so that you can't get up it anymore, right? Like,
yeah, and that makes sense. Yeah, I'd spend 30k on you, Theo. We didn't quite get there, but we were prepared.
Yeah. It's a good thing we didn't. I mean, I guess we had budget left over, so it wasn't going to be that big of a deal. But
we didn't have that much budget. I think we're
1.5.
Yeah, we're like a third. We're in the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
But,
all right.
Yeah. So LeJon, Skyhorse Tamer, Darkrai.
LC player.
Darkrai.
Yeah. LC Go.
He has said that like he's not sweating that much this season, but I don't know how true that is.
Yeah. He's gonna try hard for sure. Okay, he's gonna see his little cup team and he's gonna, okay, well now I have to win, and then he's gonna win because he's like the LC GOAT apparently. So
Well, he's the guy that's won, what is it, 2 rings now? Like this, he's trying to go for the 3-peat.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yep, that is correct. Yeah.
Yeah, because fucking
TG.
Tengang won. Yeah, this past season, and then I guess he won TDT before that.
I think so. Probably.
I'm not sure, but yeah, if he wins COK this season, Clash of Kings. Oops, I said it. If he wins Clash of Kings this season, then he gets the 3-peat with all 3 rings.
That would be cool. Pretty sick. I think someone already has it though. I think Blitz, or I think someone on Tangang already has the 3-peat. But yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I think someone already has the TDT, Clash of Kings, and DPL 3 ring.
Well, that's still a cool thing to get though. As an individual achievement.
Yeah, that's very cool. But yeah, next up they have Pyro for 21.5k. I think this is fine. Pyro is obviously like hella goated in TDT in terms of his record. He has like a crazy win rate, and he has been doing he did very well in DPL this past season as well, right? I think he went nearly like, what was it, 5-1 or something similar to that, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, he went. So I'm actually looking at the doc now. He's 4-0 in Sword and Shield, but I think he's like 0-2 in where's it at? Yeah, in Gen 7. He's like 0-2 -6. So it's a good thing there's no Gen 7 in Clash of Kings this season.
Yeah,
but
that is correct.
Yeah, I mean
yeah.
I don't know what sort of team presence he's like. I'm not super familiar with him as a person, but everybody seems to be pretty inclined to have him on their team, so he can't be dead.
Yeah, well, he got bid up to 21.5k, so I would assume that they know to some extent what they're getting, and they're getting a really good player. Activity-wise, I assume they'll be pretty fine. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't be this expensive unless they were just like the greatest player ever. But yeah.
Right. Which so far, just in terms of like the 6 people on the team, I don't know quite how they're going to gel sort of synergistically. So like obviously II and Illusion are friends.
Yeah.
Skyhorse and Darkrai are friends.
Yep.
I don't know if Pyrodox and LeJon sort of fit into that mold, but it'll be curious to see as we progress through the next like 5 or so picks, sort of how that comes together from an activity.
I think Pyro was on II's team in DPL maybe, or maybe not. I don't. Was he or one of these guys? I think they were on the same team as Pyro. I think.
I got it pulled up. Hold
yeah, you can look
Pyro,
at
DPL. Pyronox was on there with II.
Yep.
And of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so it's just Rocky Hill and Berzions.
Yeah, exactly. Together. More luck this time, hopefully for them.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Next up, they got Istanbul Day IM. I think that's how you say it. I don't really understand how to say that name. But I
I
think
just always see people reference him as Istan.
yeah,
I don't
Easton
know.
is probably what we should say. But like it's the is it Turkey? I don't know where Istanbul is. Right? I think it's Turkey. Is it Turkey? It's not Turkey, is it?
Yeah. No, I think you're right. You've
Okay.
got your.
I have no geography, but yeah. I think Istanbul and then Day and then I don't know. Anyway, 10K, he's fine. He's doing like okay-ish in TDT right now. I think he's a fine pickup here, honestly. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's great. And his price
alright.
reflects that, right? His price is like what you would expect for someone that's going to do above average maybe, but most likely he's going to do about average. About average. Yeah.
I'm trying
do you
to
think?
think if he's a Little Cup guy. I don't think he is. No, at least not in TDT. He's not. So at this point, I don't see where who they're going to be slotting into low tier and Little Cup based on like their 5 picks.
Well, so Lejon, and Delusion. They'll just play. Well, Skyhorse will probably play standard as well, right? So maybe Lejon, and Skyhorse will play standard, and then Darkrai is one of their LC. And then
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's one guy though.
yeah. I don't know where their second LC is coming from, but I guess Easton and maybe Lejon can play low tier as well. I don't think low tier and standard are that different wise. I guess I just don't know who their second LC player is.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair point too. A lot of the standard guys can probably slot themselves into low tier and not feel too out of place.
Yeah.
As long as you can brush up on the move pools of some of the more lesser seen Pokemon.
Yeah, for sure.
If I were to roll up on like a Carnivine, he may be at a very slight disadvantage because maybe not everybody knows it gets like defog or something, right?
Yeah.
But that's something that this caliber player could probably easily adapt to. At least more so than Little Cup.
Right. Yeah. You will have a week pretty much every week. I guess that would be where the week comes from. Yeah, you'd have like a week to prep every week to see what everything does and what it doesn't do. So I would assume that if you have some knowledge of standard, you can apply similar knowledge to low tier. Since the calcs are going to be determined the same way, there's no LC calcs where Rock Bust is 2% and then 20%, and there's no Toxic is going to still do 6%, then 12%, then 18%. Life Orb will always still do it 10%-ish. And Rocks will still do 25% to weak things, 50 to non-weak. It'll just be the same calcs, the same mechanics will all apply. So
you know what really drives me nuts about Little Cup though? As somebody who has almost no experience with Little Cup, I tried it. I tried to get into the Little Cup group, and I can't.
Yeah.
In my mind, Golurk has the same move pool as Golett, and I know that that's not the case, and I can't keep those situations straight in my mind.
What does Golett even do? Does it even get Earthquake? Does it get Poltergeist? Does it get the Ice Plant? I don't even know what Golett does.
All these questions you're asking is me with every single Little Cup ever. So I just gotta steer clear, man.
Yeah, dude, imagine drafting Cleffa, is that the base Clefable, and then not having Moonblast. That's actually stupid.
Yeah. Well, no, because I remember I drafted whatever Vikavolt first stage is, and then I learned that didn't get Sticky Web.
Vikavolt? No, Vikavolt doesn't evolve, dude. I don't know. What
are you talking about? Charge Bug and then whatever the first.
Holy shit! I forgot that it has base forms. I thought it was just.
Okay, you know what? We're both embarrassing ourselves right now. Anyway, Rob, 6.5K.
I don't know him. I don't know who this is. Do you?
No. I mean, it's not. It's not the Rob that I know. So,
yeah, it's not Rob Jr. But maybe this is their LC or low tier player. Surprise pick.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, we can move on to Omnipotent Ollie. So Ollie has played in. I don't know what he's played. I know he's played in KHDPL and PWS.
Yeah.
I think that's about the extent.
So Ollie in Arctic Weavile, I think, won KHDPL.
Yes, correct.
So he was on my team in the Gauntlet for 36 hours or whatever that was, and I love me some Ollie. He's a really good guy. Matter of fact, I'll just group all three of these guys together. Killer, I know he's an MLP and DGBA goon. He's a good guy.
Dude, Killer is active. Oh my god, in terms of activity, I think he's literally one of the best. Holy crap, he sweats so hard, and it's not even fair. I don't think I could sweat as hard as him if I tried. Okay, he makes 25 hours in the day so that he can sweat the extra 1 hour. I don't think he sleeps, honestly.
Yeah.
He like has mocks built for every person in one day, and then he builds 10 different variations of the mocks on whatever he thinks might come. It's fucking crazy. Killer is awesome. And,
super good, right? But
yeah.
that was the point I was trying to make. So between Ollie, Killer, and then Luffy, I love me some Luffy. Luffy, he's like 4-0 in Trickhouse Gengar right now. He's like maybe 5-0 or 4-1 in my league, WPF, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doing very consistently well in these other leagues, and he's another one of those super active, super helpful. He's going to gel with everybody on the team, and he's just a really good glue piece.
Yeah.
That I feel like is going to be like between Ollie, Killer, and Luffy. They're going to sort of bridge that activity gap that may be arising from like the Pyronoxes, the Istan, Ra, Lejon.
Yep, exactly.
Keeping the team server alive and these guys invested in the tour. I feel like that's going to be really important for them in the early couple of weeks, but I think depending on how they do in these sort of beginning weeks headed into mids will really depend on the older, more experienced guys sort of staying in tune. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Like they'll bridge the activity gap that might be present from the higher end of this team, because they might just be there to play their games. So having these three at the bottom that'll just be able to provide team support is very, very helpful.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it.
Yeah, this team is pretty solid.
How long did we spend on the first game?
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Pretty.
I'm asking, how long did we spend on the first team?
Oh, I don't know, like 15 minutes or something. Probably less.
Oh, yeah.
I think a little less.
Right on track.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can move on to I'd Screw Jasmine. Okay, minor, by the way. She's like 16, so that's a interesting choice.
She's off to a drawing, so,
Yeah.
While out, do whatever.
That's true. Also, TDG sent me a DM. He's like, oh, unfortunately, Jasmine is also a lesbian. I think it's like canon that she's either bisexual or lesbian. So,
really?
Yeah, quite unfortunate for both Phil and TDG.
I mean, if you're not going to use a strap, I mean, the next best thing is obviously an Magnemite strap, right?
Yeah, they got the logo right there.
Canon.
They got the logo right there.
You just haven't gotten to that edition of the manga yet.
Mm-hmm, exactly. All right, so this Capcore is pretty solid. Phil, obviously, is the activity fiend. Everyone knows him, that he sweats for everything imaginable.
Yeah.
And he's also a good player, so it's like the perfect package. And he's hot, so, I don't even know what else you could ask for, because broken.
I don't know how you focus on the Pokemon when you got that guy in your DMs.
Exactly. That might be a disadvantage, honestly. He might just be sending his after shower pics in the team chat, and then everyone's losing.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. As for TDG,
and then TDG is the sort of perfect compliment to him, so I feel like that's gonna
the
be,
damn goat. Okay, that's what it stands for.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He wins every single game. Holy smokes, bro. His prep is cracked. If I was a captain and I drafted TDG and he sent me any of the teams that he wanted to bring, I would probably mute him and probably kick him out of the server and then sub someone else in. But somehow he makes all of his wacky ass shit seem like the most broken thing that anyone could ever bring. So I don't know how he does it, but he's just so fucking good at coming up with these non-standard sets and them working. Like, he's just so good.
We have it on good authority at the moment that he was the sort of leading, he was the creative mind behind that awesome focus energy baton pass shenanigans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, he sent me the whole team, okay? It was fucking whack as shit. He had Iron Ball on that Cinderace so he could slow focus energy pass. He had Oblivious teleport Slowbro so that he could teleport without being taunted.
Right.
And then he had he had Curse Eject Pack Steelix because that's what he wanted to do to get momentum. Fucking crazy shit, dude.
Yeah, man. Hey, I mean, it worked, right? He won that game.
Yeah, he won very convincingly too. It was a solid prep by TDG and pretty good execution by Pi there. So yeah, TDG is awesome. And having TDG as a captain, if he can bring or build those teams to everyone on his team, then if everyone can perform as well as you would expect TDG would perform, then fucking that's it. GG, everyone is gonna win.
It's wild too, looking at the roster, how different of a team dynamic it's gonna be, right? Where Phil is carrying activity. TDG obviously is super creative with his sets. If they can sort of augment guys like Wombo, Ice Team Gray, Blitz, and then Odin even, give them those powerful sets and then have them execute and pilot. Those are 4 very competent guys who can win.
Even Arctic Viva, like their entire top 5 in terms of the players they drafted, all are capable of winning every single game. Like I don't think Wombo is ever going to be a loss, like guaranteed. I don't think Ice Demon Gray is ever going to be a loss guaranteed. Blitz is never going to be a loss guaranteed. Odin is never going to be a guaranteed loss. Arctiviva is never going to be a guaranteed loss. But Wombo will sometimes be a guaranteed win. Gray will sometimes be a guaranteed win. Blitz will sometimes be a guaranteed win. And Odin and Arctic, you expect them to go positive for sure. So like all these guys can play very, very well. And with the team support and activity and support from Phil and TDG, oh my god, this team is like very broken immediately because all of their top 5 plus the captains can play very well and they have insane broken prep support.
Yeah, and that's right too. So like the bottom half of the roster too, right? So like the first 4 guys went for really most of their budget, and then the remaining 6 guys wound up being mid bids, where Benorska, High Crocs, Jesse, and Alphabet Boy. Those are 4 of my guys that I've seen around. Like Kahlo, I know High Crocs, I think he's in their middle-ish division. It's not Sam Knight. It's the one right above it. Whatever. He's in like their middle division. He's a good guy. Mm-hmm. But Pin, Jesse, and Alphabet, I feel like these 3 guys, if they can really pay attention to the other more experienced guys in the chat and sort of learn from them, maybe they're going to ride the bench more than a lot of these dudes will, because they're just not going to start for a couple of weeks.
Right.
But this is a fantastic opportunity for them to sort of take notes and figure out exactly what is making it work for the more senior guys on the team, so that they can be more of an asset later in the season if they don't get dropped in mids.
Yep, exactly.
Because I don't know how much time they're going to be playing.
Right. I think realistically, since it's 7 games every week, I think it's going to be the top 5 they drafted plus the captains, and then I think they're just going to be every single week they're going to be played. Like Octave UL is going to be their low tier player pretty much every week. Odin could be LC, could be standard. He might even play low tier. Odin's a pretty good wild card. I think he's able to.
Odin's going to wind up getting forced into a Little Cup a lot.
Yeah, I would think so, honestly. Although they do need a second LC player, right? Because Odin with LC is understandable. Blitz is probably going to be standard. Gray is definitely going to be standard.
So Jesse plays Little Cup. I think he's been doing it a lot more over the past couple of weeks.
Actually, they have their week 1 lineup already there, right? Can you check if you have it?
So yeah, I'm looking at it now, and I do stand corrected. So I see High Crocs yesterday, which I don't actually know anything about him.
It's Jasper. I know this is a name change. You know Jasper?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so High Crocs, Jasper, they started. Yeah, so then Ice Demon, Blitz, Wombo, Arctic Weavile, and Odin.
Wait, they didn't play the captains? The captains didn't play?
Well, I mean, the captains for our team didn't play this week either.
Well,
so
yeah,
it's not that crazy.
Yeah, but TDG is like one of the best players in the entire tour. So that's...
Maybe they feel like they've got it easy week 1 versus Desolate Demons.
Yeah,
I don't know.
For sure. I would think that TDG... I know that Phil sometimes doesn't like to play, and he does be like his insane support, but TDG I think usually likes to play, so... I was a little surprised to not see him in the starting lineup.
Yeah. I don't know, man, but it's a good team. It's drastically different than Trick of Eye, but I think they're both powerful in their own regards.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely every week the top 5 is probably going to be coming. I think that's just an insane top 5. And honestly, the last 2 probably don't even matter, because those top 5 will probably win most of the time.
Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy.
On to the Rocket Rangers.
Yeah. I guess, actually, did we go over everyone in the bottom half of their team? Jasper, Alphabet Boy, Jesse, High Crocs, and Pinorska. I mean, I guess we kind of said that they're all kind of probably riding the bench a little bit, but I guess High Crocs and Jesse High Crocs and, who was it that, Jasper in LC?
Jasper, yeah.
I guess they'll be playing LC sometimes as well, so, yeah, could be cool.
Oh, yeah, Odin did get slotted in for Little Cup, so that makes sense.
Okay.
Anyway.
But we can move on to Rockhead Rangers, captained by Rye and JCM Shadow. Ooh, what do you think about this cap core?
Oh, go ahead, man.
No, I just asked, what do you think about this cap core?
Oh no! So the Cap Core, I can't imagine. Uh, these are two very solid guys, very consistently performing just across the community. I think in everything that they're competing in. I know that I think they're both an OLT, right? Are they LD guys, Hive guys? I'm honestly not sure.
Yeah, they're in some top tour. I mean, not top tour, top league for sure. Yeah, but
definitely strong players though.
I don't know how well Rai has performed in the past, so I'm not entirely certain there. But I know that JCM Shadow has been like consistently getting better. Like he started off with like not being known in the community very much, and then like every week after week after week, every month after month, he's just like constantly seeming to get more and more recognition, and rightfully so, because he's been performing better and better than last time, and every new time is going to be better than that last time. So that is like,
hey now, take it easy, all right? That's WPF Season 2 C Division JCM Shadow. Okay, let's put some respect on the name there.
yeah. So wait, when was WPF Season 2?
That's all in 2 years ago.
Okay, right. So and he was in C Division. If he were to play now, what would he be in?
Well, and that was the funny part too. So he was already misplaced in that season. He had some stupid record. He went like, I don't know, 8-2, 9-1, some shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's definitely a strong player.
Right, like he's just gotten better and better as time went on, and I don't see him slowing down anytime soon. He's just like consistently getting better and better. I think eventually he might be a top player. So, yeah.
Yeah, which they're the only captain core for the Almighty Goons. So not only do they have honestly a really good roster, but they've also got a decent backbone of guys who are going to probably join the server and help them out.
Yep,
on
for
a
sure.
Basis.
Yep. They have all the Goon squad over there.
Everybody except Beardy, which we'll get to later.
Yeah, so their first pickup, Ace Trainer Josh for 25k. He hasn't played that much recently, I don't think. I don't think he played in DPL. Or no, did he play in DPL?
No, he didn't. He mained Oras, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Did he play TDT? I don't think he played TDT, did he? There's no way. I can't be misremembering this badly. I don't imagine he played TDT.
No, he didn't.
Okay, yeah. So he probably took a little break after DPL. But yeah, I guess he did play in DPL.
4-4 on Rocky Helmet Berzions. And then, who was it? Shadow? I just had it. Or was it Rai? Somebody went 4-3. Yeah, Rai went 4-3 in DPL too. So they're both doing pretty good right now.
I see. Okay, nice. So yeah.
Yeah.
The cap core, like we said, good. Ace Trainer Josh, did you say he went? How much did he go in DPL?
4-4.
Oh, okay. So that's
all with grass. That was a tough pool to go to battle in the entire season.
I mean, 4-4 is fine. That's 50% in arguably the hardest team tour to play in. So I assume he'll do very well here. And I guess the price tag reflects that.
For sure, yeah. I think their entire team, is one of the more well-rounded teams.
Yeah, it's not super top-heavy, for sure. Yeah.
They have the Jesus, what am I trying to say? All 10 of their players are very solid, and then obviously the 2 captain as well. So it's going to be a struggle to find who plays each week.
Yeah, who's going to be benched is actually a harder question than who's gonna like win, because everyone on this team is capable of winning. So they got to figure out, okay, who do we not want to risk winning, basically, because all these players are fine to be played every single week.
Which it's going to be interesting as far as the team dynamic goes. So I feel like everybody on this team knows what they're doing. So it's going to be interesting to see after a couple of weeks.
Yep.
How does the dynamic shift? Because, like, even down to the mid bit, like Tezzy he was a DPL guy. He got dropped at mids, I think, because he died.
He died. Yeah, he literally like did not speak or something.
But everybody else on the team too, right? So Jay, Seansters, Tyler, the Canadian kid, Luxance, Cavs, all these dudes know how to prep, play, execute, plan.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see if they sort of segment themselves off and prep and just sort of make their own team. I'll do a mock and then I'll just go battle.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like it's not. If that winds up being the case, I feel like it's not going to be as conducive a couple of weeks from now to a overall healthy team environment.
Yep.
So I hope that the captains can sort of pay that special mind and keep that sort of team server activity up.
Yep. Exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth. Also, their players are just good. As we talked about, Ace Trainer Josh is good. TJ Boat is Actually, he's been kind of inconsistent. As much as I don't like to say that, because TJ is a really cool dude, he just hasn't performed like very great. I don't think in the past few tours that he's played in. Like he's done fine in terms of like he can win for sure. It's just that unfortunately, I don't think he is winning to what people expect him to be winning to. Like I don't think, like if he goes,
he's a World Cup guy too, isn't he?
Is he? I thought the Little Cup players on this team were OG, Albina, and well, actually I don't know who else would be the Little Cup player. Maybe.
Well, I don't either. That's what I'm asking.
I don't know who their Little Cup player is for their second slot. I thought TJ's a standard or low tier player. Is he not? Maybe.
I know they've got plenty of standard players on their roster, so I hope he can play
for sure. For sure. But yeah, I think he's like a fine pickup for 14K. Again, this is probably what you would expect someone to play average-ish. Hopefully, he's able to break out of what I've seen from him. Maybe I'm just only like selectively seeing bad things from him, and my sample size isn't big enough or something. But for 14K, if you can get a couple of wins here and there, and as long as you go like at least 50% win rate, then I don't think anyone's gonna be mad for getting a 15K player there. So it's a fine pickup. I just think that hopefully he's able to perform as well as his price, if not better.
And that's true too. Which now that I'm looking at it, Cavs does play Little Cup. I'm looking at their week one lineup. TJ is actually starting in standard.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Where's Josh playing?
Josh he's also a standard guy. Okay, so it's Rye, TJ, and Josh.
Who's their low tier?
Shadow and Word Life are in low tier.
Okay. I see.
Which, speaking of Word Life, I got love for the guy. This man has personality coming out of his ears. Place your bets for how many weeks he's going to make it before he cancers.
Cancers? Yeah. That's over or under mids, right? That's the general rule. If you make it past mids, he's probably going to be there. If he doesn't, then that's a L for you because he's out.
Which he's obviously a solid player, so if you wind up paying 9.5K for a half season Word Life and you get that out of him,
that's good value. That's good value. Good enough.
For sure.
He's always, if you ever need him to play, just make him play Game 7 because he has like literally zero nerves. Like it's not even he has nerves of steel. He has like zero nerves. He does not get nervous. It's not in him. Okay. He could be like, I'm gonna shoot your entire family if you lose this game. He's going, all right, bet I'll just win, and he goes into it. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he like actively seeks out the Game 7. He loves being the anchor.
Yeah, it's.
What was his thing when he was on Witch Cash Gang? It was always Cream Life.
Cream Life,
thing,
yeah.
Right? Yeah, man, that's it. Game 7 Cream Life, bit different. Look for him to be scheduled for 11:50 Sunday night.
Clutch Life, Cream Life, Word Life. All of these names are all the same. Yeah.
What is his name?
It's probably just Cream Life. I assume it's just
I'm not going to look. Probably.
Yeah.
The entire time he was on the team, like every other day, he would show back up in the server with a different profile picture and a pun.
Yeah.
Creamala Harris.
Creamala Harris. Yep. Creamala Harris.
Bill Creamton, Clinton, I think.
Was it? I thought it was like Harrison Ford, but something to do with cream in that name, like Harrison Cream or something. Yeah. Anyway.
Personality coming out of his ears. And then just to sort of close out the sort of comments on Rockhead Rangers here, I do feel like they, not to hit on it again, but really do need to pay a special mind to the level of activity in the chat. I really hope the almighty goons can sort of help them out with that, because I know Seansters is dead as fuck. Jay Diet, he won't go. I don't think he will go above and beyond to interact with a group of people that he doesn't vibe with.
Mm-hmm.
So he might section himself off, and then we've already talked about how dead Tezzy can be.
Yeah, Tezzy might disappear for the entire season, and you just won't know it.
Yeah, so I hope that works out well for them.
But yeah, very solid overall team, I think. Like we said, they're very well-rounded. I think every one of these players can play, and they might play like throughout the entire season. Like all of them might get playing time, because if someone loses and they're like, okay, we might want to sub him out, there's always going to be someone else that can just easily take their place.
That's it. Yeah.
So we can move on to Desolate Demons, captained by Ian, Mick97, and Sharky. So Ian, obviously, is the Oras GOAT. He's been killing it in all of the Oras games that he's ever played in. So there's that.
Yeah, he's got a record. I don't know much about Ian, but I know that he's super good, super potent with his his little cup. Or I'm sorry, not little cup. Fucking ORAS stuff.
Yeah. So, which bodes well, because ORAS and most standard metagames aren't too different. Well, actually, ORAS is probably the most different from most standard metagames, but still, it's a standard metagame where the calcs are all the same. Actually, the mechanics aren't all the same. 12% burn, weak armor only +1. So actually, I don't know. Maybe he'll struggle a little bit in standard. Who knows? But as far as playing ability goes, as far as playing ability goes, he's definitely on the top of the on top of his game for sure.
And then Sharky's doing pretty well too.
Yeah, he's like 6-0 in TDT. And Sharky is actually a standard player. He is 6-0 in Sword Shield in TDT right now, or 6-1 because he got that one forfeit loss actually.
What a nerd.
He like didn't show up or something. So unfortunately, I guess he's not undefeated, but he is obviously known to be extremely good in the Sword Shield format. And luckily, this tour does provide a Sword Shield format for him to do extremely well in. So we'll see if he does it. Obviously, his DPL performance wasn't ideal. I think he went 1-2, so negative isn't great, but he won the whole thing. TG won DPL, so maybe that will transfer over and he can do bad, but then the rest of his team will do great or something. Yeah.
Speak for itself. Yeah. No. In TDT right now, so Ian is 4-1 or no 4-0. Yeah, Ian's 4-0 right now.
Yeah.
And then Sharky
6-1.
Oh, I just saw it.
Right?
What did you say? He's like
6-1. 6-1.
Yep, I see him right there with TCMTL. Matter of fact, that's
the next pick. Wow, this is a powerful top 3, huh? TC with Ian. Wow, and Sharky, huh? This is looking like ROG 2.0, isn't it?
Yeah. Whoever thought Ian was gonna draft TCMTL?
Yeah.
Crazy.
This team is gonna be very synergetic. I think all these guys are friends with each other. Even Toxic is friends with Sharky, I think, and yeah.
I think that was the point that I was gonna make too. I love talking about team synergy. If you haven't been able to tell already, but I think as far as team synergy goes, this is definitely the best one we've seen so far. Everybody on the team they're good friends. They've known each other.
Amo's a little bit of an odd pick there, but I guess he's the LC player, and
I think he's gonna vibe. I think he's gonna vibe with the squad.
Yeah.
So like Toxic and Sharky are good friends. So is Hacker. No Way Metagross as well.
Yep.
Miso, they're all good friends.
Yep.
I feel like they're just going to vibe. They're going to have a good time. Prepping is not going to be a chore for them.
Yeah.
Because Hacker, I feel like, is going to sweat prep like no tomorrow.
Exactly. Hacker's another... Well, actually, anyone with the name Killer, or anyone with the word Killer in their name is just going to be ultra sweaty, it seems. But,
that's true.
Yeah. Hacker Killer for 6.5k, the greatest mock and prep support that you'll ever need. No Way Metagross, obviously, is friends with Toxic for sure. Toxic is friends with Sharky. Ian is friends with all of them. TC, by what's it called? Relation is not what the fuck is it called? Association is friends with all of them as well. And yeah, I guess really everyone on this team is probably going to be friends with each other. The only people I think are a little bit of an odd pick is Count and Amol. I don't think they know anyone else on this team. I think they're kind of the oddball out, but. They're both really good players. Amol's obviously going to be their LC player, I assume, and Count is going to be their standard player, and he's just going to destroy everyone in standard, because Count for 24k, as the price would suggest, he's just a really good player. He did well in DPL. He's a good player, and I think that's totally fine for 24k.
Yeah, man. Does Mia know any of these guys?
I assume so. I think Mia's friends with Hacker Killer or something, or I think so. I don't know. I think they're semi-friends.
I don't know. But, I mean, another solid player to add to the roster. So if they aren't friends, I'm sure they will be before too long.
This team's top 4, maybe even top 4 plus Amol. Or sorry, I guess it's their top 5, right? Ian, Sharky, TCMTL, Toxic, Count, and Hacker. Or sorry, Amol are probably all going to be very good. I know Amol is goated in standard, and he brings LC prep in standard. So imagine Amol with LC prep in LC is going to be fucking disgustingly good, okay? He'll bring the weirdest fucking EVs to live the weirdest shit. So if he's able to have the mental fortitude to run through every single calc imaginable, then he's gonna destroy LC, because a lot of LC is just figuring out what lives what and what kills what, right?
Well, and it's funny you say that too, because I saw your TDT game earlier where you brought fucking Thief Hydra.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, Thief Hydra. I wish it worked out. Well, I mean, it kind of worked out. It's still leftovers, but I wanted to steal it from Feeney, not the other thing.
Yeah, the Audino that's
Yeah.
living your nightmares forever.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't beat Sadel, bro. Is Sadel in this shit? Because I never want to play Sadel ever again. I don't think he has. I think I asked him.
No, he's not.
Okay, good.
We saved the world from all the Sadal bombs.
Yeah.
Those are over at TV.
Thank God. But yeah, I think this team is very good. I think they're all friends with each other. They're gonna prep like no tomorrow. Hacker's gonna provide all the support they need. Ian and TC obviously are very good, and they're like solid captains. So alongside Sharky is a very solid player. Toxic is a very solid player. So I think this team is just really good. Honestly, I don't really know what else to say other than this is a really good team that's gonna synergize very well together.
Yeah. No, we hit all the blocks.
Yep. So we can move on to Wigglytuff's Guild, captained by King L5 and Money Guy. I can't tell you if this is like an actual meme team or not. I want to say that King L5 and Money Guy probably put like a joke application on, and they just ran with it. But I
don't think it's a meme team.
No. I think everyone on this team is good. It's just that I can't imagine that King L5 and Money Guy wanted to be captains. Like, is Money Guy even alive? Doesn't he just have his birthdays to get to every single week?
Yeah, I mean, you can be both though. I'm pretty sure he said something in Captain General 2 weeks ago, so he's alive. It's fine.
Gotcha. I thought he just had his birthday parties every day, but maybe not.
It's busy when he's like 130 by
Yeah.
now. I don't know.
Fucking crazy, dude. Okay. Anyway, jokes aside, I think this is a very fine cap core. Like, obviously, I don't know Money Guy's activity level. That's why I made the joke. But like, King L5 obviously goated. He's like destructive in all of these standard games that he plays, and he's also like very active in terms of activity, I guess. Yeah, he can easily fill the role of a captain. Was he a captain? No, he was not a captain in DPL, but he played very well. Obviously, his record, I think he won like MVP, so goated.
Yeah.
And as a captain, he'll be able to provide for his team in any way necessary. And yeah, like I just don't know much about Money Guy's activity, but obviously he's a fine player. Anytime that he plays, yeah, go for it.
So like L5 and Money Guy, like they're friends, right? So I feel like they don't spend a lot of time conversing in the actual Clash of Kings server. I feel like they're like isolating their activity more to the prep server or maybe the other servers they share together or whatever. Like they're probably alive, but it's just not killing the activity game.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to.
Right. Yeah, they're just gonna win.
This team really... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying they probably don't need to be super active if they just win every game, right?
Yeah, I mean that's true. This team, I think, more than any of them, strikes me as the sort of team where like dudes are gonna get in call in their team server like 1 or 2 nights a week, build all their teams, and then it's just gonna be dead in 5 days.
Yep. Yeah, L5 and Money Guy, they're gonna pull up the lab. They're gonna go lab some teams, and then they're gonna be like, okay, here's your team, here's your team, here's your team. All right, have some mocks, and now you can play. I'm not gonna talk to you for the rest of the week.
That's it. Well, I guess I have to do. But do you know if Greg is actually playing?
No way. He's playing way too much Yu-Gi-Oh, dude. Okay, his new mini box or whatever fucking shit came out in Duel Links, and he's only been playing Yu-Gi-Oh. All right, I don't think he's capable of playing Pokemon at this point. I mean, I know he's capable of playing Pokemon. He is a very good player. I just don't think he will play Pokemon while he has his Yu-Gi-Oh thing going on.
And that sounds fine too. Like I'm sure nobody drafts Greg at this point, like anticipating that he's gonna play.
Yeah, he's not gonna play every week. That's by no shot he's playing like every week or anything. But he's a role model. He will uphold the highest of standards for the team. So it is what it is.
He'll peek in between Yu-Gi-Oh sets and look at crap, whatever. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, so their first pickup was actually Specs King. Specs King is actually a really solid player, I think, for 18.5k. Honestly, I think this might be an underpay. I don't really understand how he went for. Yeah, I don't know how this happened for less than 20k. He's a good player.
He was one of the guys that Panther. So like in the first. So let me tell you guys about how the Terrible Titan auction strategy wound up going. So we had a document. Obviously, we went line by line and assigned sort of max values we wanted to bid on each person for. I could not, for the fucking life of me, get Panther to upbid anybody for the first 2 rounds because this dude would say like, you know what? I don't want to pay 14k for Specs King. I don't want to pay 18. You want to know why, Theo? Because he was waiting on you we assumed that you were gonna get fucking nommed round 1, man, and he
And it was
you
not.
you got nommed like late round 2,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think we nominated you, matter of fact, like on the wheel, and he was so frustrated because like these people that he wanted to bid on, he didn't want to overpay for them and then be forced into paying like a stupid amount for you,
Right.
and like shooting himself in the foot for the rest of the auction. We just assumed that you were gonna go, round 1, and then you didn't.
Yeah. So then no upbidding,
Specs King-
unfortunately, occurred. Yeah.
Yeah, but Specs King was one of those guys that he really wanted to bid on, but he was like, you know what? I can't justify 16K. And bro, it's round 1. We have all our budget. What do you mean? Like, if you want to get it, come on, man. But no, that definitely is an underpay for him.
The rest of the team, Pichu Bros, is solid 15K. But you would expect him to go with an above average win rate, and I think he will provide that. He's a fine player. Street Cred Cookie and Endless Gadgets, I'm gonna group them together because they are sometimes very good. Street Cred Cookie obviously had an insane PWS season. I believe he went like 6-1 or maybe 6-0 in PWS, I think.
Yeah, he had a really good season. Which
Yeah.
I don't know how much we really want to talk about PWS, because whether or not it holds any water here, I'm not sure, because the player pool was a lot different.
Right. But
yeah,
if you
it's
can go like 7-0 in any single tour with some decent players in it, then I think that can transfer over to some extent. Like obviously,
Definitely.
if Street Cred Cookie went 7-0 in DPL, he would be at like 35K or something. But he went that like price kind of fixes itself to the level at which they performed at. So I think if he's a 13K player, that's fine. And I think if he provides with like team support and he can play to the level that we've seen him play at, then I think this is a fine pickup. Same with Endless Gadgets. He's going to be pretty good prep support, I think. Sometimes he's dead because he has like school or something, but if he's not dead, then he's a fine like team player, and he will help the team with whatever needs they need.
They're both good guys. Yeah, no, they're definitely homies. I love Street Cred Cookie and Endless Gadgets. Matter of fact, Street Cred Cookie found himself in the week 1 lineup, Little Cup.
He's
playing
LC
He's
player.
playing Owen, yeah. So this is going to be a fantastic week 1 for him.
That's interesting. Wow. Okay, I didn't know he played LC. Interesting.
Me either, but yeah.
Is Endless the low tier player? I know that there is the meme that he is the low tier god going around, which
he's the APA. I don't know if he's the commissioner or whatever, but he like runs the low tier league with General Target, I think.
Gotcha.
So I think that's why he gets that reputation.
Well, no, wait. Do you not know the meme? Do you know the meme? Like he like self-proclaimed that he is the best LC player in the scene, and then sometime after that he got like 6-0 in low tier. Or sorry, did I say LC? I meant low tier. Yeah, he proclaimed that he is the low tier GOAT. And then like sometime after that he got like 6-0 or something in low tier. And every time he plays low tier and loses, the meme is that
not the almighty Panda treatment. No.
Yeah, exactly, literally that. Except I don't think Panda ever said he's like the best player ever. So
that's awesome. No, he got benched week 1. So
okay, I see. Yeah. But yeah, besides that one incident where he was new to the community and he didn't know what anyone else's playing ability was, so he's just like, okay, I must be the best. I guess everyone has that idea, right? When you come from like no community with like, you have like 8 people in one league that you ever played in and everyone sucks, and then you move on to like DPL level and you're like, okay, if everyone else is at that level, then I must be the best player alive, and then you get smashed by Gypsy King or something. Like, okay, well now I gotta reassess my idea of how good I actually am. But yeah, when you come in and you're new, I don't hold it against him. And for 11K, I think this is fine.
Yeah, no, I think it's good too. I like the squad. I wish they would have gotten like one more mid bid.
Yeah, they should have budgeted a little better, I think. I think maybe if they held out for 1K more, then they could have got another player to help with activity. So that would be pretty sick.
Yeah, because like I feel like the 8-person roster isn't that big a deal, but if you're going to draft Greg, like that's probably not.
Yeah, it's like 7% in 7% in terms of activity, because Greg isn't going to be super active, I don't think.
Yeah, well, I mean he's for sure not playing. So if you have availability issues one week, then suddenly you're only really starting with 9 people, including your captains. So
correct.
We'll see how it works out for him though.
Yep, exactly. Oh, we didn't actually talk about their second most expensive player in T. Rowe Price. I used to call him Tro Price because sometimes they
Tro
wouldn't.
Price.
Yeah, they wouldn't capitalize the R, bro. Okay, so I thought it was just Tro Price, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? But it's T. Rowe Price, and
It's like
I think
the
LC player, right?
the little. Yeah, no, he's definitely a little cup player. He got slotted week 1 too.
Mm-hmm.
He's in there with Street Cred Cookie. But no, or is it trowel? It's like the little gardening shovel they use.
I don't fucking
That's
know.
what comes to my mind every time I see his
Okay,
name.
you really are a boomer. There's no way any normal human realizes what that word means. Okay, I thought it was
It's
an
a
unword. I
gardening
didn't.
tool.
Yeah, who gardens, dog? What?
Anyway, moving on. We're gonna go back to
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, I dig it. He's a good guy. I haven't interacted much with T-Row, but he does seem like a really solid dude.
Yeah, and he's their LC player. Obviously, for 17.5k, you would expect him to win every week, or win most weeks, rather, not every week, in like a 35k player or anything. But hopefully he's able to provide that for the team. And yeah, I think that about covers their team. I think everyone else is just pretty solid in their own right. I think their prices match up to what they're worth, and yeah. Solid overall team, I think. Again, activity level, I'm not entirely certain on, but if they're able to win every week, I guess activity doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no, that's true too. I think everybody's about right. I love me some Granky. Brown was another one of those dudes that I tried to force Panther to actually spend some money on round 1, and he just wouldn't fucking do it.
I think Brown has a not so great reputation after what happened in TDT, or in sorry, was it? It was both in TDT and in what's it called, in DPL, where he like snaked out someone and then he got dropped in TDT. So that was pretty crazy.
Oh, really? Oh, I wasn't following that. Yes, all right. So maybe Panther had some intuition. All right, maybe we got bullet.
Yeah, we can move on to Shady Business, captained by Rin and Plas. Okay, now, so I don't think we need to spend too much time on this. They drafted all of their friends: Kerrigan, J. Colin, Jeremy, Mega Osh, PK. They're
Rin Twix.
Yeah, Rin and Twix.
Yeah.
They all just drafted all of their friends plus Plas. I don't know if Plas is one of their friends. I think maybe Plas and Twix know each other. I think, or Plas and Rin know each other. I'm not sure, but they've got Plas for the most expensive player in this pool for their one guaranteed LC win every week, and then everyone else is just their friend, I think.
Yeah, and no, you definitely hit the nail on the head. I think Plas is one of those malleable guys. Like he's a solid dude. I love me some Plas. He sort of vibes with whoever he's on a team with.
Yep.
But you're exactly right. Like a lot of their friends, from like Horn Dog on down to Adam PK, they just aren't little gut players. So like if they wanted to have any sort of chance in the tour, they were going to have to throw some money at Little Cup, which they
literally did that. They got Almighty Beardy and Plaz for their 2 LC slots, and then they just drafted all of their friends.
Yep, and that's represented in their in their lineup too. They both got started, so
yeah,
that makes sense.
Although Horn Dog is also an LC player, I think so. They literally just spent like more than half their budget on LC players. And then
really,
yeah,
I wouldn't have pegged him for Little Cup, but I don't really know that.
Didn't he play like exclusively Little Cup in TDT? I thought he did. Maybe not.
I don't know. I can look. I gotta pull that up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He went 1-1 in Little Cup.
Oh,
so
okay.
He played.
Yeah, he played LC at least. Yeah.
We got a win.
Yeah, but obviously Plaza and Almighty Beardy, both really solid LC players. Everyone else is going to be playing standard and low tier most of the time. Twix is obviously one of the better players in this entire tour. Twix obviously did very well in DPL, and he is a very solid Smogon player as well. I still remember he like flexed on everyone in the ladder tournament where he like made his name the ladder tag, like LTX1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or whatever it was, and then he just laddered up and he was like #1 on the OLT leaderboards, but he didn't sign up, and he did that like exclusively to flex on everyone to show that he could easily make playoffs of official ladder tournament even though he didn't sign up. So yeah, really good player, and, yeah, solid guy, very funny dude.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, we can move on to the Mafia. I don't think there's that much else to say about Shady Business other than they're all friends. So at the very least, they'll be able to have fun together.
That's true. Yeah, and it's sort of, it's the same situation. Like Shady Business and the Mafia both sort of drafted their friends.
All their friends, yep.
Yeah, which isn't a bad strat. AIM22 sort of landed on this team with a lot of the guys like Orozco, Gaiman, Survive.
Who is Survive?
Survive was a TDT guy, I think. We looked at his record. Hold on. I'm almost positive. Yeah, Survive is 3-1, positive 5. So I don't know if he's an alt or where he came from. I don't know anything about him. But he also sort of landed on this team with a bunch of friends: Torque Pie, T Riches.
Yep.
It's the whole Mafia gang.
And then the last three. I don't know who. I think Josh is friends with like Undead or something. They're both mods in DDT, right? That's all I think.
Wait, who'd you say? Josh?
Yasha.
Yasha. Yeah. Robot Boy. That's Cody. That's the goat right there. We love us some Cody.
Is he part of the Mafia? Oh, Oro is obviously there to provide prominent and promising and problematic shitposts for everyone else's team. Okay, he's gonna talk so much shit towards everyone else, and then he's not gonna play. Probably. Actually, is he playing? Maybe he's playing. Maybe Undead really wanted Oro to play too. I have no idea.
Let me see. I don't think he is. Hold on. Who do they play week? Oh, we play week 1. No, yeah. He's not playing.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I think Oro is obviously just friends with Undead, and yeah, he's just gonna be there to shitpost. But I think basically everyone on the team, like Shady Business, is just friends with each other. Except again, Cody and Josh. I'm not too sure if they like fit the mold in terms of friendship with all the other players. But yeah, I think
Cody is. So Cody was on the original Mafia over in PWS, and he was one of those sort of intermediaries between like the mod team and then when that whole thing was going on. But
gotcha.
He's pretty good friends with that group of people, I think.
Yeah. That's not to say that this team isn't good, by the way. Itzia and AM are both fine players. Like, they can probably will be able to win most of the time. And then Gammon obviously is fine too. He has the RHV luck at his side that he brings in every single team tour that he ever plays in. Like, literally for us in TDT, he's been able to luck some wins that we otherwise probably would not have won. But he's also a good player. He knows when to like go for it, right? Like some players will just be in a losing position and be like, okay, now I can't win. He'll find out like his path to victory and he can execute it. So with or without luck, being able to have that skill is pretty useful.
For sure, yeah. I mean, you're exactly right too. So obviously AM22 can play, so can Itzia. 7.5k Tort is definitely an underpay as well, but considering his whole snafu with PPL this past season, that's probably just, but it's also a very good price tag for somebody who can definitely play the game.
Mm-hmm. And the same with Pi. Pi's a fine player as well. So
yeah,
like underpay a little bit. Just recent performances hasn't been too well from either of them, I don't think. Tort, in terms of like performance, I mean like his overall presence in DPL, but Pi I think hasn't been doing that great in TDT or anything.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I know Chess is one of the more sort of premier World Cup players around, so that's probably a good look for them to have one of those wins generally locked down a week, or at least a good shot at it.
Yep.
So that's good too. They set them up so they got a lot of their friends for relatively cheap. So when mids does come around, if they feel like they need to make any moves, they've definitely got the budget.
Yeah, they can definitely control mids if they really wanted to, because they can drop all of their like min bid players if they really like min bid to like 8k players if they actually wanted to, and like restructure the entire team. Because like Chess Undead's bad. He lost to Grottle and he lost to fucking Clefable when he had like a Ferrothorn or some shit. Like he lost to an unaware Clefable without Flamethrower when he had a whole ass fucking what's it called, Ferrothorn. I don't know how he managed to do that, and he managed to lose to a Grottle. So Undead, bad. Okay, I hope you're watching this, Undead. You suck, etc.
I'm calling you out.
Yeah, Undead sucks. Okay, he knows. I always call him unviable, and there's a reason. Alright? There we go. Anyway, Chess, fine LC player. Undead, garbage. AM22, pretty solid. Itzia, pretty solid. Gammon, pretty solid. And then the rest of the team, I'm not too sure about, but obviously Pi can win. You saw him win with his TDG prep today. I don't know when I'm releasing this video, but we saw him win today in TDT with the crazy shit. So maybe he's able to perform well from now on.
That's it. Robot Boy's a cutie, and that's the Mafia.
Yep. Final team. Wait, that's our team. TT.
Last but not least,
Panther and Rizzo. Man. Wait, that's you. You can say stuff.
That's me, man.
Because it's
Boomer Central. I tried to get Panther to make another Boomer esque title for the name, but he said after his performance in Clash of Kings Season 2 that he couldn't return to it.
Gotcha. So. Yeah. It's okay.
And we're actually both from North Carolina too. We tried to get a spin on like the North Carolina or the Carolina Panthers, and we couldn't agree anything there. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what you would Persian Panthers or some shit. Fucking, I don't know what Pokemon goes with Panther.
I don't know, man. We looked for like 2 or 3. We were the last team to submit a name to Ultra Player, I think it was, who did the logos and stuff. So
Gotcha.
Crunch time came and we just had to come up with something. So that's where the terrible Titans came from. But Panther's obviously a very strong
LC
World Cup player. He's
yep.
been he's been out of the loop for a while though. But it's one of those things where he's sitting out this week because he's going to mock Ultra Player and Cult, right? And he's going to sort of get back in the groove, right? Get back into it. I am a generally pretty unproven guy on the grand scheme of things here, so I drafted with Panther with the idea in mind that like I'm probably not going to be starting most weeks, and
Gotcha.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine because we have a lot of really solid players on our team, and you can provide all the help that we need. So that's great.
That's it, man. I'm really gonna look forward to shooting myself in the face once a week when I have to mock you for your fucking team.
You don't have to mock me, don't worry. I've gone through most tours without having a single mock because no one wants to mock my shit.
No, sir. That is not acceptable on the Terrible Titans. All right.
Gotcha.
We're setting standard here.
I see. All right, get ready for these 300 to 500 turn games every week.
Oh yeah, I'm dreading just thinking about it. Anyway, no. So our round one here, Panther really wanted to get Marco. He's going by now. He wanted like one fairly competent guy who could sort of switch between standard and
LC.
Because, yeah, because his main takeaway from Clash of Kings Season 2 was that his team that he drafted last season was super good in Little Cup. They had the tier locked down. They didn't lose many games at all, but they couldn't buy wins in standard to save their life.
Right.
And obviously that doesn't work with the game allocation of 3-2-2.
Yep, exactly.
Because if
you need more standard wins than you do LC. Yeah.
Sure, man. Yeah. So that was the real reason we wanted to get you first, obviously, because that's one of the super enticing things in our eyes. Like if we can sort of lock down one quote unquote guaranteed win in standard each week, then we can sort of focus on low tier and Little Cup and sort of win that way. But we wound up with Marco first, and then we got you, and then from there on out, it really was just mono steals. I'm obviously biased because we drafted it, but it really did seem from the middle of the auction, nobody really wanted to pony up the money to deny us anybody that we wanted because we preserved a lot of our budget even after we dropped to on chance.
I actually wanted to say we got one of the best low tier players in Chance, right? Chance is known to be one of the better low tier players in all of the draft league community. He's done extremely well. He participates in some low tier leagues, I think so, and he always does well in that as well. So one of the best low tier players for just to lock down a win in low tier is also very impressive. I think our team is pretty solid overall, honestly. Like we have a pretty solid standard lineup between me, Marco, and anyone else. I don't want to reveal too much, because
we already posted lineup.
Yeah, just our week. I'm only gonna say stuff regarding our week one lineup so that we don't reveal who else is playing what else. Like Marco, myself, and Habida is probably known to be in standard player as well, and he's done very decently well in most of the standard things that he's played in as well. So like our team has standard pretty well locked down, and we have interchangeable LC players. We have a couple of LC players. As you said, Panther is a very solid LC player, and then we have two other LC players that are starting right now in week one with Cult and Ultra player. So I think our team is much like the Rockhead Rangers, where we're actually pretty much very well rounded, but not in terms of budget, because we did spend quite a bit in the top half. But then everyone else, we just kind of got a very good steals, so it all kind of averages out, and we ended up being pretty well rounded.
That's it, man. Yeah, it was funny because two instances during the draft too, where we nominated Bunny because we just assumed somebody like Sharky was going to take him.
Yeah.
And nobody did.
And then we just got Bunny for min bid, so that's great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but then we wound up getting Hab for 6K, which is a humongous underbid.
Crazy steal. That's insane.
He went for how much did he go for in TDC? Hold on. he went for 5.5k in TDT, but he's also like he's got a really good record, and dragging these balls are obviously in playoffs right now.
Yeah, he's doing really
really
well.
Up 2-0 against your team. Sorry.
Yeah, unfortunate, but it's okay. Well, we have Habada now, so we don't have to play against him. I don't have to play against him, so
That's true.
I'll take it. Habada is a good player.
Man, you're exactly right. So between like Pikachu, Zappy Zap, have
GCS
yourself,
too.
Right?
GCS for Minbit is pretty solid, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
We know that he didn't do too great in DPL. I think he went 0-2 or 1-2, something not ideal. But he's really cool. Like, he's a nice dude, and he'll help out the team in any way that you need him to. I remember even from last season, so 2 seasons ago in DPL, he was on AIQ, and he was one of the more active people on AIQ in terms of helping the team with prep support and mocks and all that good stuff. So, solid dude, and for 4K, I think that's totally worth it.
Yes, sir. No, that's it, man. We really enjoyed the team so far. I will say, too, I think I've said this to a couple of people, but a big concern I think that people had for the team when we revealed ourselves a couple weeks ago was that Panther is known for being dead and just not that active, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will say, man has been crushing the activity game over these past, 2 or 3 weeks. He is hungry for this one.
Yes, sir. Redemption
he
tour.
He was probably actually retiring from Pokemon after this season. So he is.
This is the final stand, yeah.
This is it, yeah. He didn't have a good show last season, so he's really gonna put in the work this season. So
this is the most ultimate an anime character can get. This is the redemption arc and the final stand arc. Okay, there's no shot we lose this. Okay, this is anime plot armor to the max.
You guys wait until playoffs rolls around. He's gonna go Super Saiyan.
Yeah, exactly.
Super, whatever the
Ultra Goku 10,000 gravity bajillion Saiyan or whatever. Yeah.
All those things.
But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything, right? Is there anything else that we're missing? Okay. Do you want to give a playoff picture? Just choose 4 teams that you think will make it.
So 4 teams. I honestly think we have a shot, so I'm gonna go ahead and say Terrible Titans.
Sure.
I'll say Trick of Eye,
Yep.
Rockhead Rangers, and then it'll be a toss-up, I think, between Desolate Demons and I'd Screw Jasmine.
So, I think the top 4 are actually very identifiable, honestly. In no particular order, obviously. I don't know who is going to be first seed or anything, but I think the top 4 are easily going to be Trick of Eye, I'd Screw Jasmine, Desolate Demons, and Terrible Titans. I think.
Nice. Okay.
I think our team and then Trick of Eye, Jasmine, and DD, they're all just going to be fucking broken. I don't imagine that I'd Screw Jasmine is going to lose that many games. I don't imagine Desolate Demons are going to lose that many games. And then Trick of Eye obviously has all of their friends and good prep support and good top end as well. And then we have just a very well-rounded team as well. So I think the top 4 are kind of easily identifiable here. Not to say that all the other teams are bad or anything. They're all solid, but the Mafia and Shady Business, they're just going to have fun with it, I think. I don't imagine they're going to be super sweaty in terms of trying to win. I think they're just more happy to be hanging out with their friends. So, yeah. Though I think you're right, Rockhead Rangers are probably the dark horse. I think if anyone else other than DD, us, Screw, or TOE could make it, it'd probably be the Rockhead Rangers.
That's it, man. It's going to be a fun season. I'm looking forward to it.
Cool. All right. So, yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching. You can say bye first. I always say bye at the end of the video, so you can say bye first, Rizzo.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.